Welcome back. Well, as promised, let's get chatting with the management of Vinati Organics. Ms. Vinati Saraf Mutreja, the MD of the company, joins us on the show. Hi, good morning, and thanks a lot for joining in. Well, you speak about ATBS demand coming back, in FY24 after a lull that we saw in FY23. Now, with the new ATBS plant being commissioned in the second half of this fiscal, what can the contribution from ATBS come in at, and what does it take your total capacity to as well?
Sure. See, ATBS, did very well in calendar year 22, and that's why in the beginning of 23, most of our customers felt that they were sitting on a lot of inventory, and hence 23 was a slow year for ATBS in particular. But we saw a lot of destocking happening, and finally, at some point towards the end of the year, they did normalize inventory levels or run out of inventory. And so we're seeing good pickup in demand starting this calendar year, which will, of course, run into FY25. The new capacity for ATBS will be ready end of this year. We don't expect much revenue coming from the new line in this financial year. This will increase the capacity by 20,000 tons per annum.
Okay, but in ATBS, you'll be looking at least at a double-digit growth, Vinati?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are looking at about 30%, 35% growth in just ATBS itself.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's big. What about the overall growth? Has demand come back across all segments? And will FY25 growth largely be led by volume or by pricing? What's the outlook?
Well, the growth is definitely coming back through volume. We see good demand pickup across segments and across products besides ATBS as well. Butyl phenols is doing quite well. Even antioxidants, the demand is slowly improving and we are gaining more market share. Our other products, IBB, isobutylene, as well as some niche products, they remain stable.
Okay. Okay. So you're saying the growth will largely be led by volume. So what will the overall growth look like in FY25? What are you targeting? Vinati, can you hear me? Yeah, now can hear you now. Yes, my question was, I think we lost you at the volume part. So for overall, for FY25, what kind of volume growth are you looking at?
Overall, we're expecting about 20 to 25% volume/revenue growth.
20 to 25% volume and revenue growth, right? You were talking about butyl phenol and antioxidants. We understand that the potential revenues from this is around 1,000 crores. But does it get impacted because of the competition that you're seeing from China?
Well, see, butyl phenols and PTBP, which is our main revenue generator, because half of the butyl phenols are used in captive consumption for antioxidants. We managed to get an anti-dumping duty imposed, but the main competition is Korea and Singapore. In antioxidants, yes, we do see competition from China, and that has reduced the price levels, and so the revenue potential if at present prices has slightly come down by maybe 10% in antioxidants itself, but we do expect as the demand recovers, as the volume recovers, we expect this depression in price to recover as well, because these are unsustainable levels.
Okay, just a couple of more queries on the same point. On butyl phenol, last year you did around 300 crores, right? For this year, what should that number look like?
It won't be very different just on butyl phenols, maybe about 350, 400 crores, because the excess capacity utilization is going to go in the captive consumption. So not much in the sales, external sales.
Okay, and antioxidant, it was around, I think, 130 crores. So that goes to what this year?
That should double. So maybe you can expect another 150 odd crores from AO. So total growth of about 200 crores from the combined segment.
Got it.
Vinati, hi, morning. So you've been saying that the growth is going to be volume-led on ATBS. Just a quick point, is there any risk of sort of pricing coming under pressure even as you ramp up volumes? You're expanding capacity in ATBS as well. I was reading a note which said that there is a company called, and you know this better, Advantic Fine Chem, which is also ramping up capacity. And the risk is that they sort of come up with all this additional capacity, at the same time that you scale up as well, you ramp up as well. Is that possible that perhaps there could be pricing pressure?
See, well, as far as I know, Atlantic started their plant about a year back. And I also know that we haven't lost any market share in the industry, because I can tell from the exports and the data. We also have contracts in place with most of our customers, not just volume contracts, but also formula-based pricing, which means that my price changes based on input prices. I don't expect this scenario to change much in the coming year as well.
So revenue growth in ATBS between 30 and 35%, as you said.
That's
in
right.
FY25. Okay.
Yeah.
And you have visibility for beyond that as well, for a strong kind of growth?
Well, I expect, this product in general grows about 15% on average a year. And so, the new line is being commissioned, keeping in mind the next 3 to 5 years.
Okay. Can you tell us over the next couple of years, or at least in FY25, what is the capex plan that you have, and how much are you willing to put in capex, and how are you planning to fund it?
Sure. So the capex plan for this financial year is about 500 crores. It will be mainly towards the ATBS expansion, as well as the new products that we are adding in Vinati Organics, the 100% subsidiary, and it will be completely funded through internal accruals.
Okay, through internal accruals. Got it. Vinati, thanks a lot for joining in and speaking to us as always. Have a great week. That's Vinati Organics. With the growth that they see in the business, they are expecting a volume-led growth actually, and they're seeing good demand across most segments. But let's